Welcome to another episode of Please Delete This.
Hold on.
I can't.
Go ahead, man. It's my only chance to be free, yo.
Can somebody-
Out loud. You don't mind if I
I don't.
Now you know you got to bring two.
Yeah, no.
You offered first.
You found, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Wow.
Fingers a little wet, huh?
Ew.
Nothing splashed out this time. Just a bottle condensation. Would you like yours done as well? Oh, you guys are nasty.
Oh, he did.
That's
How
so
did he
nasty.
not know where we were headed?
He just thought we were laughing. Be laughing.
You know how immature we are.
Grow up.
Episode 156, I believe. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Please Delete This.
I'm mad. I just did the sound effect for Bim's actions.
It's like the movies for real.
Yeah.
You know, the dub, the English dub.
Yeah, that was good.
In the basement, we have Darren.
Bim.
Genevieve A.
Hey, friends.
Hey.
What do you call me? What's my name in your phone?
Bim, wow.
Sometimes I have to remember that that's you. I was like, she changed her last name?
You're stupid.
What's up, peeps?
What up,
What up,
friends?
Darren's back. Still
Where was
smelling like vacation.
Oh,
It smells like sun.
I'm all dumb. I'm like, where was he?
Sorry.
It's gonna be a slow episode. Yes, I am back from the island of Puerto Rico.
Yeah. We thank God for travel, mercy, and
Yes.
sins.
It was really nice out there. Can I either you do it or give me the
You didn't get
bottle opener? No, my fingers is not strong today.
Ew.
Hey.
He was just on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Fingers
Listen,
been busy.
Listen,
A little cramped
when
up.
on vacation, it turns up a little different.
Right? Hands all tired.
Cramping up. I'm cramping up, baby.
But vacation was good. It was necessary. It was needed. So I was happy to be able to get away with the wife and good friends for a couple of days. And I am bike.
Dope. Any
Awesome.
highlights from the trip?
Congratulations to Ali and Josh. They got married.
Congrats.
We went, I would say the highlight, we went to El Yunque.
Say again now?
We went to El Yunque.
Spell
Yuncan.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know how it's pronounced, but that doesn't sound like.
It doesn't, but the Y makes a J noise in Spanish.
No,
The ending part.
Thank you.
And then the N is, I don't know. That's the way I've heard it was said. It wasn't like I've just made this up.
The locals is freaking it like that.
So it's this mountain trail where they say it's an active hike. So it took 4 hours for us to do.
Say again now?
It took 4 hours.
Up and
Of
back.
walking?
No, it wasn't 4 hours of like walking. It was about, I would say about 3 hours of walking and climbing.
I ain't go on vacation for that.
Yeah, we paid money to do this, right? I'm gonna give you
You're
money,
doing it
and
wrong.
you're gonna make me work.
Right.
But we actively walked this path full of rocks and mud and fun stuff in the natural rainforest.
Okay.
Rainforest is so big, but we were just in a little section of it, and so you walk, up places, down places, over roots and trees and rocks and all that good stuff, and then you come to like a clearing, if you will, of like this big pond area where the water's just kind of flowing around, and then you walk some more. You go kind of up into the elevation of this mountain or rainforest, whatever you want to call it, and then you get to like this very tippy top part of the trail.
Can I pause you for a second?
Yes.
I'm tired already just listening.
I had to do a lot of stretching before going up. Like none of us really knew what we were getting into until we just were there. And so we got to the top and finally we got past all the hard stuff, and now it's time to go down. So they you sit in this, think of a slide between the rocks, but it's not a slide. It's like the rocks just make like a natural slope. And it's a waterfall that's going down. The water is like, psh, and they tell you, okay, you're gonna sit, you're gonna cross your arms. And keep your feet straight. None of us took our phones because they told us you're gonna get completely submerged in water.
I'm not. No.
Yeah, this doesn't say. It just, no.
What are you saying?
Yeah, it was nuts. It was really cool. Afterwards, like, the experience was really dope. But during it was like, this is dumb. This is dumb.
I'm in danger.
Danger's not even the word I was in, right? They give you, life vests. at the beginning of the trail, and they tell you this will help if you fall. Right? We haven't even hit water yet, and you're telling me this life jacket is supposed to cushion my fall? Where am I falling that I need to be this cushioned?
That is, I don't know if I would have did it. If I'm going on a hiking trail, and on the start of a hiking trail, you're giving me a life vest to wear. No.
No. They tell you.
He had me as submerged in water on the paper.
They told us before when we got out the car, we got together, they were like, listen, you're going to be submerged in water.
They probably had so many people at the end trying to sue them for their iPhone.
Our people too, right. I'm sure. Yes.
There was like us 8, and then there was like a mother-daughter from... I'll tell you about those two in a bit. And then there was like another white family. So there was, all in all, there was about 30 of us.
Oh, damn.
Or 25. We'll say 25 of us in this group. And so so we get to the top, the rock slide part. We sit down, and they tell you, okay, you're going to go down. You have to make sure you keep your hands crossed, your feet straight. And they were like, any non-swimmers here? And of course, two people were like, nah, I don't. They're like, okay. So we're going to go down first because we're going to see how it is, see the flow to make sure it's okay. And then we'll tell you like how we're coming down, right?
Fam.
I can swim and I got a life jacket on. So I'm like, maybe I'll be unconscious, but I won't die.
Oh my God.
Right? At the very least.
You paid money for this?
So, listen. So the thing about me, I'll go most places if I'm following you.
Okay.
As soon as they can't see where I'm going, I turn bitch. Like immediately. Like, are you sure we should be over here? So we're at the top and we're looking down and we can see the slope go like this and kind of bend and bind, and then it takes a left, and then we can't see what happens after that left.
So just so I understand fully, this is a natural water slide.
Yes.
Wow. That's kind of ill though.
It was beautiful. I wish I had taken pictures, but we left our phones. We didn't want them to get wet. And so a couple people from our group, not our 8, but from our group went first. And from our group, I was like, fuck it, I'll go first. I'm okay because I'm sitting. I'm not doing anything. Like, I love to sit.
Right.
So here we go. What they don't tell you is after that bank that you take that you can't see is a drop. You're going to... So I'm going down the slide. Whee! And then it's like 10-foot drop.
Darren, what are you talking
Right.
about? What are you talking about? What are you talking
This is the guy who lost a race to a 4-year-old last week.
I've turned a new leaf.
Help me understand. Okay, because I've been to water parks. I never did a natural joint. So when you say a 10-foot drop.
So water
I think
park.
I can picture it.
Water
Can
park.
you?
You go down the slide, and as soon as the slide is over, you're in water.
Right, but then there's also one that, is just really steep and you just go boom straight down, but it's kind of like a angle still.
You go in water.
In water, yeah.
This was like, we left, drop, you're in air, you're in air, you're in air, you're in air, water.
No.
And that's the part that like they didn't tell us and we couldn't see.
Oh my God.
Like at least we could see like, so it ends and you don't hit the water. So of course I'm going down and I'm like, yeah, and then like just everything in me like was gone, like ah.
When I tell you, I'm always just choked on air.
Jed, so now at this moment I'm underwater, right?
Oh God!
My mind is still like, yo, you were in the air, like you dropped, right? And I'm deep underwater now. Like not deep, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, like get up, right? And they told us before when you hit the water, swim to your left so you can get out the way.
I'm supposed to remember all of this,
right? So, of course, I get down. I'm just coming up to the surface. I'm like, blah, blah, and the guy's like, yo, you good? You good? Go to your right. And my head is like, but you said I'm hitting a rock, and I'm just like, okay. I stop. I'm safe. That was pretty cool. I won't do it again.
I was gonna ask were you able to like go back up and do it again?
That particular part, no.
Okay.
Right.
Oof.
So then we watch everybody else come down, and
my God.
it's to see the terror. It's like wee. People's legs are all doing this. Like, but it was dope.
They don't say that there's a drop. Surprise!
Not once.
They're like, all we're gonna tell them is the submerging water. They're at their table.
God.
Can we agree to at least tell them about the submerging in water?
And they're like, no.
Use the word submerge.
We told you earlier.
Submerged is what we
Yes,
said.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So the funny part,
No, the funny
if you
part.
can believe there's a funny part, the mother-daughter duo that was with us, they were from Chicago and Wisconsin.
Chi-Town, stand up.
And they were
Uh-oh.
you could tell, like, okay, it was like they were there for like an event and they're all looking cute and they got their hair a certain way, or they got the hair and they put it on a certain way, right? And then they were like, we should do this active hike. And I feel like when the person was saying you're going to be submerged in water, he was talking to them.
So they were black
Yes.
Looking cute.
Yes.
with lace fronts.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So, a homegirl with nothing now. All of us are down now. It's just the two of them left. They told us, cross your arms. They said, hug yourself. Hug yourself. That's what they told us. Hug yourself tight. Because you're going to bounce around. Priorities kicked in for this young.
Yaffy.
She held onto her hair.
Oh no.
She did, listeners. She went down like.
The fact that all three of us was
Yeah.
what she did.
She held onto her hair, listeners, and as she went down,
Oh no.
and she got in the water, and she did. It was time to rise up a little.
Oh.
Why did you come here wearing this?
They didn't know.
I didn't know it'll take a whole drop.
Right. So I can understand if you thought this was gonna be like Dungeon Fall.
Right.
Right. But this was like a good 3-4 times worse than Dungeon Fall. Cool. So we're done with that, and they make us walk down. Now we're walking down the path we went up, and we're getting to the end of it, and then there's like a cliff, and we saw people jumping from the cliff earlier, but we didn't we paid attention to we'll do it at the end, guys. It's fine. So we get to the cliff, and Dennis goes first. Brother Dennis jumps in. Whoo, psh.
Brave.
My wife goes. She's a nutball.
Fearless.
Psh. Now it's my turn, and just I didn't think. I just was like, all right, well, I guess it's my turn to go up this little. Now Darren's scared of heights. I don't know if you guys know that about me. You know this
I knew this?
because we couldn't get on the roof.
That was a funny night. Continue.
Darren knows this is gonna be high. I get to the tippy top where the ledge you could jump off, and I look down and go, oh dear. Oh, Darren, right? And so I'm like,
You're right. The episodes write
yo,
themselves.
they really do.
It's there.
So now I'm like, okay. The guy is like, okay, take a picture, snap. Okay, just jump. You're gonna aim for this log right now. So I've never done anything like this, guys. Never. For those people listening, if you have jumped off a cliff into water and you love it, because you know what to do. Darren, do
I
not.
hope you did not belly flop.
I did not belly flop.
Because that would have.
I did something a little bit worse than belly flop.
Don't tell me you cannonballs.
I did not cannonball because that would require thought. That would require me to go, when I jump, I'm going to tuck my feet in and pushy push. Darren's main objective was to jump off cliff and figure
so hard,
figure
my
out
neck
the
hurts.
rest. So what did Darren do? I said, okay, and jump. And then Darren just proceeded to sit.
Oh God! Oh God!
Picture sitting on a chair, and that's how Darren was in there.
He was a cartoon.
I really am, right?
A cartoon that fell out of a plane.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, my feet were extended out as if I was sitting in a chair.
Oh.
And just,
Bro.
Did you slap your nuts?
Everything, my ass,
Anus just
my nuts,
rush.
all of it. When I came up from the water, I was like, ow. My wife was like, baby, you did it. Don't touch me. Everything hurt. My balls were like, what the fuck? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Oh my God.
Of course,
I think I hate this guy.
Of course,
I
Dennis sees the whole thing, and he's like, my man, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to keep your legs straight. You go in the water straight. I'm like, this doesn't
Thanks,
help
Dennis.
now. This doesn't help me now. Right? This doesn't help me now.
Oh my God.
All in all, it was a great day.
So after that, you had to hike back.
We had to hike back through the mud and trudge, which wasn't bad in comparison to everything else.
Holy.
But yeah, we paid good money to do that.
Dope.
Sounds like a great use of money.
Oh boy. What were the screams of terror like when people realized that they were dropping off?
It takes your breath away. It's like,
So he's like, ah!
you're like ah! Right. Because you're in air, like you're like, oh no, like I'm no longer being supported by ground. I am free falling, and I don't know. You don't see it happen. You're just like turns, drop.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it was. I could see you doing it.
Who?
You? I know, really. I could really see you doing
Because what? You think I'm a strong swimmer?
it. Derek
I'm not a
was all
strong
over.
swimmer. My friend. Hey, Minnie, I'm not a strong swimmer. Understand? Shoot. Nah,
But you're
man.
adventurous.
Nah.
I would only do it if the wife did it because I wouldn't want to feel like, you know.
Nah, you just did it by yourself.
And I would say, hey, this is life preserver. Would it preserve me? Please. 'Cause I need to know. I could get, from side to side enough from swimming, but, man,
Nah, it was. Yeah, it was.
You have no breath, and then you go into the water.
I'm dead.
Then you have to come back up.
I'm
No,
dead.
I'm not coming back. It's just, Bim's gone. That's it. Nah.
That is the craziest thing
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was fun.
And
I
you
guess
jumped off a cliff.
a cliff, a
And
whole
Slapped
cliff.
your ball. You belly flopped your balls,
Yo,
B.
that's why I said it was
Oh my
worse.
God.
But again, nothing said to Darren.
That's why I asked you that, because I'm like, yo, he says worse than a belly flop. He's sitting. I feel like he's sitting on his balls in the air. Lord.
Terrible. Terrible.
Ooh, sorry, friend.
It was like a moment. I was like, oh, it doesn't work anymore. Like, it's not working.
Jeez. Oof.
But yeah, it was good.
I'm glad you made it back, man.
Thank you.
Was it as hot there as
No,
it
it's
is
way
here?
hotter up here.
Oh my God.
It was comfortably hot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like we could walk
Tolerable.
around and sweat a little bit, but it wasn't muggy. And then by 6 o'clock, it already cooled down. Here, it's just
It's nasty.
it's mug.
What are you gonna say, Jen?
How was your weekend? I'm sorry to take up this
No,
whole time.
that was fine. That was worth it. Wow,
It
Darren.
was.
'Cause I was gonna actually say thank you, Ben, for asking how was the trip, because I was thinking he would have told us if anything like super crazy happened in the chat.
I know my boy.
I
You have to
wouldn't be
get
able
it
to
out
type
of
all
him.
that. And
Yeah.
you'd be
He
able
just
to
sitting
get
there with no balls. Can't type. Can't scream.
just in silence.
Oh man.
But it was good. It was nice to be around fellow black people.
Damn right. There were a lot of black people in Puerto Rico too. You
It
see
was
that?
a ton.
Same when I went. Bunch of black people.
A bunch. We were like, what's happening here? There was a pride parade, which was pretty dope.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Was that in Old San Juan or where?
I was in San Juan.
Okay.
And
Dope.
yeah, people were beeping and honking, and
It's fire.
yeah, it was really nice. The food was delicious.
Was it as good as a Spanish jail?
You about to get to it. Talk about your weekend first before we get to this guy.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna allude to something with him.
Nah, that was just a funny thing to say.
Jen, how was your weekend?
I don't know. I think it was good.
Oh God.
We ain't got to do all that.
Me and my wife went to Block Island with
I don't know, bro. I forgot.
with a couple of the peoples. Block Island is fun, man. And
I like going to Newport. It's fun too.
yeah, and I was telling Drina this when we were there. I went as a kid, but I didn't like it because when you go with your parents, the cool stuff you want to do, they don't let you do.
Yeah.
At least in our households.
Yeah.
So it's like, isn't this nice? Just sitting on the beach hot. But I'm like, no, I want to go get ice cream. No, no, can we look at the
No.
cool? No, but can we?
No.
Oh, I'm hungry. There's rice at home. Okay. Not enjoyable. But this time we got mopeds and we just rode around Block Island. Got delicious meals, massive cookies the side of my face. I got 3 of those. And we kicked it on 2 beaches. It was amazing.
You
That
got
sounds
3
very
big
nice.
cookies like that?
Yes, Darren, are you judging?
I'm jealous.
He's
delicious.
Cookie Monster, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
It was so tasty.
It was so delicious.
What
Yeah.
kind of cookies were they?
One was, I'm glad you asked. One was Heath Bar Crunch.
Oh,
Other one was peanut butter.
I love
And
peanut butter cookies.
it had to do with chocolate chip, just, to see
You
it.
naturally, that's what you really base it on.
Right, but this place was crazy. Like, I walked in and there was just pastries galore and then gelato on the back end. It was amazing.
I almost thought you were gonna say jollof.
If I find jollof on Block Island, you know I'm gonna buy property, Darren? Block Island.
In an ice cream shop. I thought you were gonna say there was ice cream and jollof. I'm like, they don't go together.
How would you even advertise this?
How'd you make that business plan? Who invested in this?
Who did it?
The finest jollof with goat meat next to gelato.
Jollof and gelato.
Jollof. That'd be the name of the restaurant.
Jollof
Jollof and
and
gelato.
gelato.
It's a fusion. It's a fusion thing that
Not a
that we
fusion.
tried. It's very successful.
Jalofto. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Block Island.
But yeah, no, it was a busy weekend because the wife is moving into the Johnson crib. So we've been doing stuff around the house. So Saturday we were just working on fixing little things here and there and all of that. But yeah, it was good to get that nice relaxing day on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, man. Enjoying this. We outside, bro.
Yeah.
We outside. Jen, you fully vaccinated yet?
Today.
Hallelujah.
Holla back.
Yeah.
Praise
Are we
him.
going Saturday still?
We were supposed to go Saturday?
We're supposed to go to Island Saturdays.
Well, you're not in it.
Yeah, no.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down. The weather looks nasty though on the forecast, but I'm down.
Okay.
It looks like a lot cooler, thank God.
But with the rain.
I
I
love the rain.
It matches my insides.
I am a sad cloud. Gloomy.
When the world reflects your true feelings. I am a rain cloud.
Jen, you snort, yo?
I hate you both for knowing me so well.
I'm just picturing like a little cartoon cloud with the little raindrop tears.
Oh dear, dear, dear.
I'm fine. I don't need therapy.
Oh God. Another thing that took place over the weekend that I missed but caught later.
Oh, okay, that's what I did.
There we go, Jen. Got a jump start.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta.
I'm like a lawnmower. Hold it to the floor, Darren. You gotta hold it to the floor.
You better hold it.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I am not a box Chevy. You're not gonna talk about me like this.
We is though.
The verses was this weekend.
Yeah.
Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. Yo, it was everything I expected it to be, which is what? Greatness.
Yes, it was. I caught it later. I wish I watched it live, but there was so much going on that evening. When I finally chilled, there was boxing, UFC, 2 boxing events actually, UFC, NBA playoffs. It was so much, so I couldn't get to it. But Jen, you had the pleasure of watching it live.
Yeah.
Tell me, please, your experience.
Oh, it was so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so I put on Facebook, Soulja Boy is winning. I know nobody believes it, but I don't care. I'm saying it. My take of it was, which I knew going in, because y'all have heard me say, I've listened to the best of Bow Wow CD enough times in my life to admit it out loud and not be shamed. And I listen to Soulja Boy all the time. So, Bow Wow has the bigger hits.
Yes.
More mainstream hits. But the Soulja Boy hits make me dance more.
Right.
And they bring me to a different kind of place. It's like a cult classic feeling, but not a movie. It's music, right? So, and everybody knows Soulja Boy's always talking about how he's the first to do something, and then people don't believe him, but it be true.
It'd be true for real.
It's like for real. I'm the first rapper to make a dance to songs and make videos and put them on YouTube. People believe like, well.
No, it's true.
Like who else did that before
Yeah,
him?
he was the first.
If he wasn't first, and I think that's the thing. If he wasn't first, then who was before him?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So he's got this different charisma. He's very innovative, and Bow Wow got hits, like I said. So Soulja Boy doesn't have as many hits.
No, not even close.
Not even,
close.
not even nearly close. So this fool played 3 versions of the same song.
And it was funny for me after the second time. But third time, I was like, you lost. You lost. Darren, this fool, to make it that one, his version, he started with that one, right?
Yeah, she make it clap, clap, clap.
Then he did another one with the Nicki Minaj verse. And I don't know how well you listened to the verse, but she was like dissing Bow Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did mention something about like a Bow Wow challenge. It wasn't a full 16. It was like she did it for the purpose of the verses.
Yeah,
Almost
she
like a
said
sound
that.
clash. Yeah.
She said that on Twitter.
Yep. And then
So it's like she played a dub.
thank you, Jen. Oh. And then French Montana came out for his version of it. I was like, and Bow Wow laid down on stage. He's like, again, man, wake me up when he's done.
But because I am such a big Soulja Boy fan, I was like, that's great.
Nah, to me, I was like, you ain't got enough hits, player.
Yeah, we know he ain't got enough hits, but the fact that now, guess what? He's the first person to ever play 3 songs in a versus.
But that wasn't the only first. That wasn't the only first.
He was the first to bring Bow Wow and Romeo on stage together.
Romeo came out, Darren.
With rap
I know you don't
snacks.
care.
No, I don't.
With rap snacks.
He came out and did what? My Baby?
The only song he has, yeah.
Yes, terrible music. But he did take a moment to speak because all the years with him and Bow Wow going back and forth, 106 in Park songs and all of that, that was the first time they were on stage together ever. So Soulja Boy made that happen. He's the one that told Romeo, hey, come through. And Romeo said some nice words saying, hey, we're going to give you your flowers, so Bow Wow. You started this for us, like the youngins and all of that. It was a very dope moment. Very dope moment.
And then he made that reaching ass comment.
That's comment.
He said that if you didn't hear it, Romeo said that Bow Wow was Michael Jordan.
For them, for their generation, their stuff.
And he himself was Kobe.
I'm shaking my head so hard right now.
And then Big Draco would be the LeBron James.
Big Draco, Soulja Boy, Darren.
Just so you can keep up.
Thanks.
It was fantastic. We said it in the chat. Who won? The fans, Darren.
Yeah.
Darren.
Yeah, clearly.
Darren.
Clearly.
This was
Okay, before you say it was your favorite or whatever,
Go ahead.
my top ones right now are The Red Man, Method Man,
Okay.
this one, and I feel like there's one more.
Did you still not watch Beanie and Bounty?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
That was pretty good.
Jen, please, in Jesus' name, please, as you're getting ready for Saturday night.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Oh, you mean for Saturday night to go out?
Yes. Watch it. Please.
Okay.
Please.
Get you in a
That
good
will catapult to your number one.
Really?
That's my favorite one. It's going to be very difficult to top that one.
Okay.
Very difficult.
I can't believe I haven't watched it now.
I can't believe you haven't watched it. You forgot that you ain't watched it.
Yeah.
It's one of the best ones, hands down. There was drama. There was
police.
Yeah, it was so good.
I think Beanie got, I think I said it last week or something, that he did get punished because he had posted something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was fairly recently. Let me see if I can find it.
All right. But with this one, I feel like, one, Darren, it didn't run long. They didn't tell a bunch of stories. They kept it moving, right?
Ever since the Swiss Timberland one.
It's been like
Back
boom,
to
boom,
there.
boom. In terms of, I'll speak for myself. What I look for in the verses, I want people to be animated, but I do want some element of competition, but also respect. And because they know each other well enough, they could joke. Like Bow Wow could lay down and be like, yo, you playing the same songs. Soulja Boy can keep saying, yo, you ain't had, all you playing is old hits.
Call him Lil Pee Wee.
Call him Lil Pee Wee. But they're boys, so it worked, right? You can talk junk, get your stuff off, but so it's competitive but friendly at the same time.
Yeah.
That marriage, like, you don't see that in too many verses. Like, some of them is kind of like some underlying stuff.
Kind of like the SWV Escape one, or like Brandy and Monica.
Right. With the Brandy and Monica, Monica's a thug. So I couldn't tell.
It's really
Right.
like that.
Right. It looked like there was a little shade, but with these guys, it was love, but they're being playful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did just enough to where you don't get uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Like Jeezy and Gucci.
I was scared. I was going to call the police, Darren.
That got a little uncomfortable.
I've never been so scared of something I was watching.
Bro.
That's not
Bro.
near me. I was so scared.
Bro.
It was frightening.
Yo.
I was so scared. You did what? You gonna say that in front of his face? Anyways, so they nailed it. And if that's the bar for this in-person versus stuff, people got to match that. And one thing I love, because I always talk about Jermaine Dupri not getting his props. Jermaine Dupri came out with Da Brat and performed with Bow Wow.
Was it them Franchise Boys?
Franchise Boys came out and performed with Bow Wow. French Montana came out and did that with Soulja. Did somebody else come out with Soulja or just French?
I think just French.
Yeah, just French. Omarion came out
Omarion.
and did "Let Me Hold You" with Bow Wow.
Wow.
How do you beat
Wow.
that? Let me hold you. Come on, Darren.
But Soulja Boy held his own, considering how far behind he was at coming out the gate.
He did. And you know what made it dope? When I don't know what song it was, but there was a song, I hadn't heard it, but it was like a drive-by song or something like that.
Oh, shoot.
I
Oh, I love that.
never heard that song.
I
But
love it.
The fact that Bow Wow was dancing hard as hell to it with
that
him.
part.
Oh my
That part I
God.
really loved. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Soulja Boy, if you know his songs, like, you'll. That shoot. So I was like, yo, She Got a Dunk came on. I lost it.
Dope.
Lost it.
Dope. Yeah, no, they killed it.
And then they did the song at the end together.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I'm the fool thinking verses would lose steam as the world opened up.
Same.
And all of that. Man, slap me. Slap me, Darren.
You don't know anything, baby.
Wow, I don't know nothing. And then what they did, Jen, they beat us over the head yesterday.
Yo.
And what they did.
They just announced with 38 hours notice because they had kept saying it was going to be one of Essence, and I didn't really care because I figured.
Oh, that's right. It was blurred.
Yeah. And I kept thinking, okay, if it's Essence, probably like Kirk Franklin or
Oh my God.
something like that again. You
They
know?
did gospel already.
I know, but they couldn't do it again because it's Essence. You know, black people like gospel. So I thought it was going to be something like that or something real, like wholesome, whatever. Mm-hmm. I didn't care. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get woke. And they're going to say that tomorrow, this is why we're recording a day early.
Sorry.
Because I was like, yo, I'm not missing
John
it
was having a hard time this morning.
for your little podcast.
For your, Darren, for your
for
little
our little
podcast.
podcast.
No, your little podcast. Our podcast.
Because it was one of yours.
One of yours. Use guys'
Oh,
podcast.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I said it wrong. I was like, I'm not gonna miss my verses for using your little podcast. Use this podcast. You know, people do say that too. Uses.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I'm not here for uses little podcast with the battle of the century going on tomorrow
Of the
night.
century.
Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat. Now listen here.
Keith.
Now, you guys listening, you probably already saw the battle. And so, again, this was Wednesday we recorded. So, pardon us. We don't know what happened, but we're just excited.
Oh
Go ahead.
my God! I wish we could like record tomorrow too. Oh gosh, because it's gonna be so much. Oh boy.
Who do you think is winning?
I mean, Bobby's gonna win. He was in a whole group.
Us, we're gonna win.
We're gonna win. You know,
There you
Darren.
go, Darren.
That was really
See?
a pop
I'm learning.
quiz. That was a pop quiz.
I was writing, but
C.
CJ.
Everybody. All of the above.
All of the above. D. All of the above.
D, yes. It's always D.
D. That's the title.
Funny.
Write this down.
So yeah, I mean Bobby Brown. Once again, he was with New Edition, and he had his own solo career.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I was a math person, I would say he clearly has more hits.
Right.
But Keith Sweat is like the Soulja Boy. His hits he does have are bangers.
And he has a lot more ballads.
Yeah.
Although Bobby Brown has some classic ballad, Roni. So, but you got Nobody. Like it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a close one.
And I didn't know this until today. I was listening to Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne mentioned this. Keith Sweat wrote "Just Got Paid"
Oh.
by Johnny Kemp.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
me neither. So you play that up against one of Bobby Brown's up-tempo songs. It's like, oh damn, this becomes
a contending.
yeah. Oh. I wanna.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on, man. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm hyped.
Keith does
And
have ballads.
I saw Keith Sweat perform when he came to Twin River.
I remember he was sick.
did.
This is what I'm saying. Like, this was like real life because I've been trying to go see New Edition, and every time they come, I put on Facebook, nobody wants to go. So I haven't seen New Edition live. I haven't seen Bobby Brown live. I just seen both of the movies, and which I guess equates to something,
I don't know if it does, but go ahead.
Let her believe it does.
you know. But I have seen Keith live. I actually wanted to go again in 2020 for my birthday because he always comes that week. I've been stalking Keith Sweat, yes. Because do you understand the level now, ladies and gentlemen? I am hyped. But yeah, I wanted to go again to see him in 2020, and then COVID hit, and so they canceled the show, and they kept pushing it out. They kept saying reschedule, but I think they officially canceled it. So I'm sad. So if he comes back next May, we gotta go.
He'll be back. I'll go.
Let me tell you
I'm
something.
outside. I'm not missing stuff, yo.
White women loves them some Keith Sweat. They know all the words. They standing on the chairs. I was like, what?
Good music is good music, man.
What?
And Keith Sweat was getting that play on Kicks 106. He was getting that play.
Boy.
Yeah, they know all the tunes.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm hyped though. But good job, Tim, Swizz. Keep it up, man. This is very enjoyable.
There's a song, but I can't remember which one it is. And I was trying to figure it out before
By
I made this
whom?
statement. Bobby Brown.
Oh, okay.
One of his songs is just the same verse twice, but he sings it 2 different ways.
Yes.
What song is that?
It's actually most of those songs from his first album is the first 2 verses are different, and then the third verse is one of the other verses again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think Prerogative might be. No,
No, it's not.
what's the other one?
I'm just going to type lyrics, and then I'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, but you'll be surprised as to how many of them, when you get to the third verse, is like, oh, you just saying
You
the
said
same
the same
damn thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But the same thing in earlier dance hall, like 2000s dance hall.
Oh yeah.
Sometime they third verse they just
We have to repeat the first.
repeat
verse.
the first one. So not uncommon. Also, Bow Wow, I had to say this. Shame on you, this fool. You know what song he did, Darren?
Excuse me.
That he said was his first before it
Oh.
went to somebody else. I'm a flirt.
Thank you. Because I put that in my notes to ask, is that problematic?
Yes.
It is, and he doesn't get a point. I think he lost a point.
I gave -1 point for that. So
yeah, you don't do that.
I literally was texting the girls. I just didn't know. I'm like, can he do that? I'm like, I feel like that's wrong. It's problematic. Because you know what happens? I have to. Is this a safe space, people?
Of course it
Of
is.
course.
You are liars.
It's safe for you. Him and I, not so much.
Not so much.
So, we all know part of the greatness of verses is the next day, whatever, they put the playlist on Tidal. So I've played the playlist at least 3-4 times already. And then that song comes, and it's so good.
It's such a good song.
It's so
The
good.
Bow Wow version comes on?
Yeah.
I never even
never heard
knew
that.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It's so good.
Is it just Bow Wow on it and him on the hook?
I don't know. I think it's like both. You
Man.
know what? Actually, I don't even remember about hearing him, but I feel like did I? It's definitely different though.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I've never heard this version
But
before.
it's not the remix with T-Pain and all of that.
No,
Okay.
because I do love that.
That one is
Shit.
so good.
Shoot, girl,
28.
girl.
Girl.
Speaking of, so they letting Bill Cosby out of jail, huh?
Darren.
I got a good follow up. Wow. Wow.
Go ahead, Jen. Go on.
he
You
is-
broached it. Or Darren, someone.
Jen, you got it.
Me?
If you want to proceed.
You said it.
All I know is they letting Bill Cosby out of jail, and I said, who allowed this?
He did. Yes, he is being let out. I tried to do a little bit of diving into the topic, and they are overturning.
Yeah, they're not even like they're paroling him. They're saying,
yeah.
you know what, he's not guilty.
Yeah. So, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I might be misquoting it, but from what my understanding is, at the time, 2004, when the young woman testified against him, it went to the judge to see if they had a case, and at the time, the judge said no, there's no case here, for whatever reason. So they told him they're not going to be proceeding with charges. At the same time, he had a civil suit against him for other things. And so when they were having him speak on that, he was already told that he wouldn't be prosecuted for the sexual assault charges.
You nailed it.
Right.
Good job.
Yeah, I know. I was like, he's landing. Let him go. I'm just reading this article along and like, yeah, that's what it says. Yeah.
So in the civil suit, he did have to be honest. He couldn't invoke the Fifth Amendment right. So he had to basically say, yeah, I did do that.
Yep.
Right.
Cosby had admitted in the deposition that he drugged Constant before performing sex acts on her, although he said it was consensual. Who consensually says, yeah, drug me?
Well, you never know.
Hey, man.
World's a
Let me
crazy
say
place.
it.
I mean, yeah, okay. Before
Jen,
we,
not a safe space for me.
for us, no. For you, yes. So yes, he did say, yeah, I did that shit. and
Not a laughing matter, by the way. None of us. We're sorry, guys.
It's not. You're right.
The judge like, I'm sorry. He didn't look at the judge like that.
And
Duh.
yeah, you know, 10 years later, the same office with different people tried him again. We're like, yo, he said he did this, so let's charge him for it. And he was found guilty for whatever reason. The charge is stuck. But they were like, no.
It's stuck because he said, yeah, I did it.
But then they were like,
whatever
nah.
reason.
Well,
You guys promised me 10 years ago
That this wouldn't
you would
matter.
not prosecute.
Right.
Because I said whatever you wanted me to say.
so I said it. And here it is. And they're like, nah. He wouldn't have said that if you didn't say he was going to be charged.
And a few pods ago, remember we were talking about him, and we said he didn't go to that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I got something cooking. I ain't gonna be here, fools.
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. It's fine. And so, yeah, he's getting out.
He definitely, and then OJ was like, you should have just did it and just said you did it.
Ah.
Now we know not to listen to OJ ever.
I think
Now,
we already-
this is what we needed now to
Yes,
know
Darren.
that.
Some of us are a little slower, and we were so fooled by Rental James and his charm that we listened to him. Yes.
All right.
Not the charm of a rental jail.
Yes, the charm of Rental James.
It's a dangerous
The
thing.
juice.
Juice is
Oh
loose.
my god.
And so is the pudding.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
So when I didn't see when he gets out though. Did y'all see?
No,
when
I
he's
didn't see any date either.
Isn't that ASAP?
I mean, I guess you got to let him out today.
right.
Yeah, I mean, because he was in for 2 years. So now what happens, right? Does he get lost wages for that time that he was locked up? Like, do they then file for like wrongful imprisonment or whatever the legal term
I
is?
think he
Imagine
can
that.
file for
Imagine.
All the money lost from the show being pulled from syndication, all of that stuff. Like,
Well, I mean, he did testify to doing it.
yeah, but that was in what 08 or whatever year that was.
that was that other kind of court.
That was
Yeah.
05.
05, yeah. So here we are. They pulled it like right before he went in this time. So, and there was a tweet from his co-star from the illustrious Cosby show, Felicia Rashad, who's been very present in movies and shows more the last few years. I don't know if you guys noticed. But she tweeted, finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected. And a picture of Bill.
That word doesn't sit well with me.
Oh,
Yeah. No, just because it doesn't. I feel like it only fits in one scenario.
People use it in that term, but I can dig it though. I don't use it outside of that situation.
okay. So I'm just gonna.
Hello, Darren.
No.
So she tweeted that, and the way she had done the tweet, what did it say on the bottom? I didn't even know you could do this on Twitter.
Like retweet yourself.
It
and
says,
reply?
"Who can reply?" People at Felicia Rashad follows or mention can reply.
Yeah, because I went straight to the comments,
Yes.
just like you did. Yes.
And there was no comments.
No comments.
I was like, you can do that? Okay, cool. 3 hours later, she tweeted, I fully support survivors of sexual assault coming forward. My post was in no way intended to be insensitive to their truth. Personally, I know from friends and family that such abuse has lifelong residual effects. My heartfelt wish is for healing. So then
She had to clean it up.
She had to clean it up.
Yeah.
And that's without you having comments.
Right.
I said, that smoke came quick.
Yeah, you had to clean that up. I'm sure her phone was ringing off the hook.
Bro.
Yeah. And yes, you can be happy that someone that she still calls him Mr. Cosby, which is interesting. But when she would be asked about, I almost called him Bill like he's my boy. But when being asked about Bill Cosby and everything, she would refer to him as Mr. Cosby. It's very interesting. There's something to that. I don't know. But
There's something to all of it.
yeah, I know he's her elder,
Yeah,
but still.
yeah,
it's a little. I don't know. But he's out, guys.
He's out.
And
That.
free at
Damn.
last. Nah, all right.
Oh,
All right, it's fine. It's fine.
You guys are.
You guys, don't say you guys.
You brought it up. Yeah. No, I didn't. You did.
Literally alley-ooped it. How could I not?
How'd I alley-oop it? I was talking about the song.
I have to replay the tape.
You were talking about Robert Kelly. So naturally, we're going to talk about Bill.
That's not natural.
natural.
None of this is natural. I was just talking about Bow Wow playing the wrong song.
Speaking
So you
of,
brought it up.
speaking of Robert, at this wedding,
Again? Darren?
this wedding, Puerto Ricans don't care what.
The Jamaicans don't care.
They
David?
don't
They played two of them back to back. Happy People and Step in the Name of Love.
You ain't stop dancing, though.
And the first one, I was like, Step in the. Oh man, we shouldn't be doing this. And then I look around and I'm like,
Step, steps, I know.
Hey, but we on vacation.
like, It's not right. I don't condone this.
It's
man.
damn near international waters, man. Don't count.
Right. They're not even international waters. Puerto Rico's part of the U.S.
He said damn near. He didn't say
Thank
it.
you.
was.
You're right.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
you're right. I have to keep reminding myself of that.
That I'm still in the U.S.
It's still U.S., huh?
Where's all the paper towel they were throwing around?
Oh my god. Oh my god. No COVID restrictions when you were there, right? None at all.
Yeah. We were out there like you would think that we didn't think COVID was a thing.
Huh.
We went to Walgreens. Me, Dennis, Derek, walking into Walgreens, and I look around. I'm like, something's different. Oh, masks. Oh dear. Oh no.
Really?
Oh no. Everybody had masks on.
Oh wow.
And so it was like, yo, you need to have your mask on wherever you're going. Outside, you can have it if you want to, but apparently Puerto Rico's in the red state, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, when I was there, there was still a curfew. Things were shutting down by like 9 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I thought by now, because that was almost like a month and a half ago, that things would have been.
No, it
Moved
was like
along further.
everything shut down like around 11. We couldn't find food after 11. Wow. Yeah.
Still. So I think maybe the issue there is not enough vaccinations, perhaps.
I'm not sure. I know the governor or government said that everything needed to be shut down by midnight, but I guess a lot of the businesses were kind of closing at 11 because they didn't have the staff to really keep up with the demand. So,
Damn.
yeah.
Jen, I saw you tweeting or something about some of these. Did you watch the BET Awards?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you did for some reason.
No, and then it was late, and then I kept seeing all these posts, and I'm like, why didn't I watch it?
There was so much going on.
I usually watch it for the tweets and the.
Well, the verses was the same, or was it Sunday when they showed it?
I think it's Sunday they showed it.
But yeah, BET Awards, I only saw a few performances after the fact, but looks like they did a really good job, and looks like stuff's back to normal. Nice little touching DMX tribute that they did.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw a clip of that. I think Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes was involved. Method Man was involved. Okay, women in Method Man, I've been seeing more and more.
Hey,
Someone had posted a photo of him from the BET Awards and said, "That's the only meth I'll do."
I know that's right.
See? Wow.
That's a good one, sis. Whoever you are, that's a good one.
Such filth. Wow.
Told you, women are gross.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I've never even put that together. As I
You know,
should
how,
have.
you know, you know how nasty you gotta get to be creative.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow, that hit different.
Oh dear.
Whoever you are, sis, at yourself because
Bravo.
you need credit.
Yeah, no, that was spot on. Another thing that popped up, the Britney Spears stuff. You guys see any of that?
Oh, I started to read that. Which I
Yeah,
thought was super odd.
Well, did you watch that movie that was on Netflix that I hated, but everybody else loved? I'm happy to help or here to help or whatever, with the woman that takes poses as someone that's going to be a caretaker for the elderly, but then spins it in the court as if they're not able to take care of themselves, and then takes over their resources while they're
their
in
power of attorney.
right. So with Britney Spears, it's a conservatorship.
Yeah,
That thing.
nice.
So when she had the issues before, when she shaved her head and was bugging out, her father took over. But that was how many years ago?
Oh,
I think they said
good
like
chunk of
10,
it.
15 or something.
Still in place.
And apparently, because I was in the BRU today, which we got to talk about them too. And apparently, there's two different kinds of conservatorships. One, I think, on your physical body, and one on your financial or something. I don't know.
Oh, on the financial.
And people usually do one or the other.
Okay.
And he did both.
Ew, that's why. Because she has an IUD in.
Yeah, and they won't let her take it out.
Right.
What kind of nonsense?
Now.
And she was like mad or
Right. Yeah,
Right.
Why you want to have a baby, lady? So.
no, that's not what I mean.
Well, that's what I meant. So she had a Vegas residency at some point, like maybe 2 years ago, residency. And she didn't even want to do it. But they, like, damn near forced her to do it. Now, she did, like, a 30-minute deposition where she was explaining what was going on and how she was and all of that. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what, I don't know anything. The whole thing sounds terrible. But for it to be in place this long, you would want to make sure somebody is actually in their right state of mind before you say, okay, you got it. And certain times the pieces that I heard, I was listening, I was like, I don't know if she really sounds like she's like all the way
Coherent.
But I don't know anything. So hopefully, like, they can get a difference of opinion. Some doctor that was giving her meds passed away, and she was happy that he passed away because now she don't have to deal with his mess. But again,
Wow.
I don't know if that's legit or if it's her still not really being able to take care of herself. But somebody who's done that much for music and made that much money, you got to give them something. Like, you can't just eat off of them like that. Like, if I don't want to do, like, you could take care of me and watch over my money and stuff, but don't tell me I have to perform.
Right.
But tell me I'm not okay to take care of myself.
Right.
Like, the two don't go together. Mm-hmm. At that point, you're stealing or trying to earn off of me actively. So,
It sounds like legalized slavery.
yeah. Yeah, don't get knocked up. Go do the show, come back home, and go to bed by 10. What? No?
Who now?
Yeah, no.
And how old is she?
She's
Older
like
than
30
us.
something. Yeah, I think it's 38, 39.
Yeah.
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like your mom just run down these stairs and be like, yo, Darren,
Hey,
go
go to bed. Go to bed.
I go to bed.
And be up at 8 to go make me some money.
Right.
Yeah, 8 o'clock you get up, you're going to go mow people's lawns.
Oof.
Do I have to, mommy? Like, no.
You see the paper? Now go. It's right here. It's written right here.
Right.
Do we have to do this every night before bed, Darren?
Mommy.
No. You know, first of all, you know that's not how you say it. You say, mommy. Mommy, no.
Mommy. Come on, Mom.
Why you messing with him, yo?
Because that's what he does. Mommy, no.
It was her birthday the other day.
Oh,
I was
happy
just going to ask how her
birthday.
birthday was.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
I love you, Mom.
It was when we were leaving.
Why, you left your mom on her birthday?
Wow. Wow. You left your mom on her birthday to go
Damn.
jump off a
Damn.
cliff and break your butthole.
My balls. My butthole surprisingly was fine.
Oh, surprisingly.
He was like, oh, that's not his bidet.
It's not like I went down and spread my ass and then plopped.
We don't
My
know
ass
that.
was still clenched.
He said it was still clenched.
Remember, you did the whistle thing and your ass was flapping or whatever the thing was. What's the thing you guys were doing?
What?
Where you said if you wiggle your toes and your butt or something like that. What was that?
Expound your toes.
Yeah, how did that go? Jay, you remember.
I'm doing it now.
He got
like an
loose
idiot.
booties.
I don't have a loose booty, damn it.
He said I'm doing it now. He got a loose booty.
As if you make your
walked right
toes
into that.
curl, it contracts. We're dumb. Why do you listen to? Please write me a letter and tell me why you listen to us, because I don't get
I'll
it.
write him a letter.
Write me a letter.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Yeah, how
P.O.
much is
box.
stamps now? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Huh?
How much is stamps?
I got the same. I got them forever
Them
stamps.
forever stamps?
Yeah.
Yo, I had a thought the other night when I was going to sleep, so I texted myself just so I could ask you guys.
Why she don't use Notepad? Go ahead.
I like reading it twice every time. What is a Kit Kat? Like the word, like is if you know how it's like 4 sticks. If you eat 2, did you eat a kit or did you eat a cat?
I love how she think we got an answer. You the snack queen. You supposed to tell us.
Like what is a Kit Kat? What does that mean?
I mean, I guess I get it, because like, is one bar a Kit Kat? No. Or is
Right.
all of it a Kit Kat?
Or is 1 bar a kit and 2 is a cat? Is cat plural of kit?
Kit Kat.
Kit
Kits
Kat.
and cats? No.
No, see, because there's no S. It's not called Kit Kats. So it's like cat plural of kit. Because I would be like, oh, there's 4 Kit Kats in here if each stick was a Kit Kat, right?
But if you're gonna offer one to somebody, do you want a Kit Kat? Like I saw him. You want a Kit Kat?
Do you say, do you want
I
a
get
Kit Kat?
I'll say you want a piece of a Kit Kat?
break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. So the
But-
entire bar is a Kit Kat
No,
bar.
because the little sticks, it
Is
would be a
is
bar.
a piece
of the bar.
So the whole
But
thing
they
is a
shape those pieces like bars, like gold bars.
Do they say Kit Kat on the bar? or
I was
does
just
it
gonna
say
say that it does say Kit
just says
Kat
Kit
on
Kat.
each individual one.
So
Why do you know that?
it
'Cause I
does.
eat a lot of Kit Kat.
lot of Kit Kats, bro. Yeah, it's stamped.
Even the little mini ones individually wrapped.
He said it's-
Those are Kit Kats still.
Oh yeah, like
Those should
the
just be
Halloween
KKs.
candies.
This is a,
'Cause they're little.
That's, yeah. little. Why you think of this stuff?
Why?
So wait, the little ones are Kit Kats too. So is Kit Kat plural or Kit's Cats?
Kit Kat still. That covers it's like fish.
So Kit Kat is plural of Kit. All right, hold on. Okay,
And
so
deer.
Kit Kat is plural. Kit Kat. Moose is moose.
Goose.
Geese is geese. No,
Geese is geese.
goose is geese. You right. Geese is not geese.
hate it. I hate this. I hate this all.
But it can't be each bar is a Kit Kat. Oh, we determined because Kit Kat's part of Kit Kat, so that's why 4 Kit Kat bars is still
Kit
Kit
Kat.
Kat. Got it.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna give Darren the Kit Kat, and I'm gonna enjoy my Kit Kat from the same
So it'd be
bar.
pieces of Kit Kat.
That's
Even
what-
though a whole one is still a Kit Kat.
I'm going to delete all of this.
No, man, we don't do that. We don't do that.
You don't do that.
Jen,
Yeah?
last week you informed us of John McAfee.
I did. McAfee.
They were saying McAfee in the doc.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I went because today was the last day before the doc was going to be removed from Showtime.
Oh, man.
So I went and watched it, and oh boy. So last week, when you mentioned it, you told us he was on the run. Prior to that, and a few other details, right?
Yeah, and then he was in a Spanish jail, and the U.S. was trying to extradite him back here so they could try him for tax charges. And then right when they were granted extradition, he was found dead of apparent suicide. And his wife and his people are saying there's no way it's suicide.
Okay, so let me give you guys a little background. I watched the documentary, which came out in 2016. So all this stuff after is in addition to this mad story. This woman that put this doc together needs to go back
And do a second one.
and do a second one and put it together and package it and sell it, because if it's free from Showtime and she can ship it somewhere else or shop it, she's going to make a lot of money. So Darren, in 1989, the first computer virus came about. This guy said, oh, I see what they did. Ba, 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 ba. I just recreated it, and boom, that's how you fix it. John McAfee. So this thing blows up. By 1993, they have 66% of the market share of virus stuff on computers. So he's making a ton of money. He doesn't want to grow. His shareholders feel otherwise. They buy him out. So he hadn't been involved with McAfee security since like maybe 1995.
Oh, wow.
So we weren't even in high school yet.
No, and he was already out of the picture. What did he do in all this time, you ask? Right? 2000, he built a yoga studio somewhere, 2,000 square feet land in Colorado somewhere, and he would have people attend for free. He put out a bunch of books, and people were into it, like really following him. He's a yogi. He's really deep. Lady came back again. He's a completely different person. This guy is a con artist and a sociopath. Further back, his father was an alcoholic and abusive and killed himself.
Oh.
Little background.
Okay.
So, after the yoga studio, what do you do after you abandon all your yogis that were coming for free? He went ahead and said that he was poor. This guy that was worth over hundreds of millions of dollars said that he was down to like 10 million. But he said he lied and said that on purpose so people would leave him alone. He moved to Belize. In Belize, he had 5 or 6 girlfriends living with him all at the same time.
What is happening?
And he went to Belize because there's no extradition there. So he was cool. Because they were saying he was getting sued or whatever. So these 5 or 6 women he met while in Belize. 2 of them said they never had vaginal intercourse with him. Do you want to know what he would do with them? Guys, curious? Any?
What did he do
Bueller?
with them, Bim?
Bueller? Darren,
I'm scared.
he would have them sit on a hammock. This is what 2 of the women said, 2 of his girlfriends said. He would have them sit on a hammock and cut a hole in the hammock. You guys following? I need verbal confirmation.
Yes.
Yes.
That's fine. Okay. He would have them sit on a hammock.
No, I'm not going to try to do this while you
Don't do that, yeah, because you're going to need a moment. And he would cut out a portion of the area that they would sit. And he would instruct them to poop in his mouth. 2 of his girlfriends confirmed this on the doc, and they said it in separate times. They would never vaginal intercourse. He would have them sit on the hammock and poop in his mouth.
And why would you stay his girlfriend?
They didn't have a lot of money. They were in rough situations. They were young. Some were like 18. They needed money for school. He would give it. He was very nice to them. He took care of them.
Oh.
They stayed at his mansion that he built there.
Oh.
So yes, this gentleman would do that into their mouth. So we get into how did this guy end up with the situation with the neighbor. He bought a property so that he can pretend to have a biochemical whatever. He was on that property for a while, and it got raided because he didn't pay off a politician, according to him, and they wanted to collect. So they busted it, hoping to find drugs. They didn't find anything. So he went back to this area in, what was it called? San Pedro in Belize, where the mansion was. But he had a bunch of dogs and security guards with him because that other place was so big. The place was on the beach, and he had dogs running all over the beach. There's a gentleman from America who was there building houses who lived on that same beach, who liked to walk to the bar on the beach. The dogs were bothering him. So he got so pissed off that he poisoned the dogs.
What?
Right. So this gentleman, this is a Thursday. He told him, yo, your dogs are bothering me. I'm not going to do anything about it. F off. He grabbed the shotgun. John McAfee grabbed the shotgun and said, I'm not doing nothing about it. Okay. Guy says, I'm going to poison his dogs. Poisons his dogs the next day. Dogs are foaming at the mouth and they die. Oh. John McAfee comes, has somebody bury the dogs, and says, I'm going to get this guy. Saturday morning, this gentleman is found dead, shot in the head.
Oh boy.
Did you even try to hide?
So they come to the house. He's there. Then he starts to run around. He didn't do it. I'll get there. So, so this guy is on the run. Belize doesn't have the technology for forensics and all that stuff. They said on the doc, they have a less than 3% murder conviction rate because they have less than 3% because they have no forensics. Fingerprints was new. And this is in 2012.
No extradition, no fingerprints, no DNA, no nothing.
I ain't worrying about nothing.
Ain't worried about
I ain't worrying about nothing.
So this guy's wanted for murder, and he's running around. He's hiding. So he ends up in Guatemala. One of his girlfriends has an uncle that lives in Guatemala to help with his proceedings.
What is happening?
I know. So Guatemala is about to get this guy out of here back to Belize, right? Because we don't want you. You got in here illegally. So the day that the uncle lawyer is processing the paperwork, it has to be done by 3 o'clock, or this guy is going to sit in jail and end up back in Belize. John McAfee's sitting there arrested in handcuffs. What does he do? Fakes a heart attack, Darren. Fakes a heart attack. This is all documented because Vice was there, and they happened to catch all this stuff. Fakes a heart attack. Gets taken away in an ambulance. Stays in the hospital until about 3. The paperwork goes through. He's extradited back to the U.S. in Florida, where he's living free, and runs for president in 2016.
Against Donald Trump?
He didn't even make it that far. He's part of the Libertarian Party. He came in second, though. Insane. This is the... Meanwhile,
he came in second where?
Within the Libertarian Party. So, I think there was 4 or 5 people running within that party, and he came in second. With this story internationally being circulated.
Why wasn't it a bigger story in America?
Fam, what were we doing in 2016?
We were watching Donald Trump run for president.
Oh, that's right. And it probably popped up, but we were so attracted to the other sideshow that this guy just flew under the radar. So he's now in Miami or Florida somewhere with the wife that he found, who was a prostitute. And
she was a prostitute?
She was, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and just living life. And the documentary starts with him getting arrested in Florida because he's pissed drunk, driving around with 3 weapons in the car, and he's talking to the cops about who he is and all that stuff. This is incredible. Incredible stuff. Jen, I thank you for bringing that up because I would have never watched this doc without that.
I just remember whatever it was, like I said, I was walking by the TV and I was like, what? Mm-hmm. What? I'm like, the guy who makes the software.
That guy. He had armed guards. He hired some woman and he was faking biochemical stuff, saying that he was producing. It's a lot. But the pooping in the mouth just took me overboard.
So, yeah. So, like you mentioned the wife, because, I'm watching the news. And actually, I wasn't really watching news. I think I was like riding my exercise bike. Mm-hmm. The news was on. And they were talking about, the apparent suicide. and they were like, his family and friends don't believe it's real.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, talking to his wife. So the wife starts talking, and I'm like, hold up, what? And I look at the screen, and she's black like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's his wife?
Yeah. Scooped her when he got back to Florida.
So she's the prostitute.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so in regards to this, whether it was a suicide or not, I don't know the guy, obviously.
But the tweet.
And documentaries can be biased.
Yeah.
But the woman that put the doc together, she met him once when he was running for president. But they were in correspondence for several years when he was in Belize. She sent him an email, and I don't have it verbatim, but his replies were, the first replies were, don't talk to me, I'm not going to be in your doc, blah, 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 but then proceeded to talk to her. And then in the end, the last few emails he sent her, again, back in 2016, were, I'm going to make it my life's purpose to ruin you. But he also said, everything I do is to F the media. So the guy's full of crap. Like, you can't trust what he says, tweets. He's just full of it. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's very, very strange, but very interesting. He apparently hired some guy and paid him $5,000 to kill the gentleman, Greg Falls, who in Belize. It's a lot. But I don't trust anything he tweeted about, if I die, it wasn't me. I think he's full of himself enough to kill himself just so that he doesn't have to deal with this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So there you go,
That
ladies and
was
gentlemen,
that
John
was-
McAfee.
It was a roller coaster.
I wasn't expecting any of this when I put the doc on, by the way. The way I sat up when they said they cut a hole out to poop in their mouth, I said, huh?
Please, the way I sat up.
I said, huh? I rewinded it.
He
One more time, come
he
again.
was lounging in the chair.
Yeah, I said,
He said, huh? What?
I said, what?
He looked
Oh,
around
my
like
God.
somebody was in his house. What?
Huh?
Yo, people are dumb.
Sounds fun.
What they did.
So I was in Stop and Shop today, and which is a grocery store if you don't know that, because you can stop and shop for other things like
That's true.
you gotta explain that.
Sorry.
you're at school, whatever, bro.
Sorry.
I'm
Oh,
just playing.
Darren.
Oh, Darren! Exclamation point. So, I walked by this lady. She's grown, and it sounds like she's on the phone with like her mother, and whoever it is must have sent her to the store and said, "Get me butter." They're probably baking something. And they probably said to her, because she's dumb, make sure it's real butter. Don't get margarine. Make sure it's butter. So she's on the phone, with whoever, and she's like, "How do I know which one's real butter? If it just doesn't say margarine, does that mean it's real butter?"
Oh boy.
And she's asking the person mad questions, and I'm walking by, and I'm like, "Did you just?" I'm sorry, what?
Oh dear.
So you didn't do them a solid and just grab the damn butter and put it in the cart for them?
Just don't get the one that says, "I can't believe it's not butter." Just don't get that one. And she's like, "Yeah, but are they all real butter if they're not?" But yeah, but I know, but some say margarine, some say, and she's just going back. I'm just like, what? So I grabbed my milk, and I'm walking back, and she's still going, and she goes, "Well, there's one that says real Amish with salt. So is that butter too?" I'm like, if you don't goddamn.
But you didn't help though.
She grown. Whoever she called is who she called for help. All right?
You gotta be a good Samaritan.
She didn't call Jen.
Don't call me.
Oh,
Don't call me brother.
Come on. What is margarine?
Margarine is artificial butter.
What was it made of? Riboflavin?
I don't know, whatever almond milk's made out of, bro.
Almonds? 2%. There's only like 2% of almonds in almond milk.
That's the kind of milk I bought today.
That's what I use typically.
I got vanilla almond milk. So yeah.
You gotta help people more, Jen. Don't be selfish.
Do I?
Yeah.
She's got a whole lifetime's worth of stupidity in front of her. I'm not getting involved in that.
Did we talk Chauvin last week?
No.
Oh, because
I think we quickly. No, we didn't.
No.
Because it came out over the weekend.
Okay.
Yes. 22.5 years.
Peace. I know people wanted more, but the
get
fact that
a
we even
police
got,
officer?
yeah, and again, people say he'll be out in 15 and whatnot. With this, we got to say we can get,
Yeah.
and it's way better than I thought
Yeah.
it would have been. Maybe I'm an optimist, but I don't know.
Pessimist.
Is that what it is? Pessimist, yes. But peace, peace. No words from y'all on that, Darren? Was you okay?
I'm happy that he went away.
You
Oh, That's what I had to
You
put
dozing on us, yo?
I'm sitting here. I'm like, where did this I just got hit with a whack of tired. I don't know what. I don't.
Chad, his eyes was going,
Yo,
yo.
I was like, I'm.
Go get your machine, bro. Put that right on that
I
face.
didn't sleep with it last night.
Oh.
Well, it was weird in Puerto Rico. Oof. In Puerto Rico. in Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, I didn't sleep with it and I was fine. I didn't wake up with a headache or anything, which was so weird.
And you weren't fatigued the next day at all?
I wasn't.
Did you take naps?
No, I mean I was by 11 I was ready to go to bed. But
Interesting.
it was very interesting.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't mean to have low energy right now. It just kind of whacked me
I seen it.
Why am I?
We're gonna have to abort soon, Jen, before he starts snoring on his mic.
Yo, that'd be bad.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
That'd be bad.
While we were on vacation,
Wait, I was gonna say something about what we were just talking about.
oh yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, Chauvin. I'm sorry, because my mind went to Puerto Rico and that kind of hit the divide.
So, I don't know if you guys ended up seeing the portion of when his mom spoke.
Nope.
So, for the sentencing, if anyone didn't see it or know how it worked, they had people on behalf of George Floyd speak on why they wanted a certain amount of punishment, and why they wanted the maximum sentence, basically. And then afterwards, Derek Chauvin's mom spoke on his behalf of why she feels like her son shouldn't go to jail.
Oh dear.
It was so out of touch.
So not even lower sentence or something. Like he shouldn't go to jail.
His lawyers were saying that he should get probation and time served because the reasons were really crazy too. It was because he's 40 something years old and apparently now he has a heart condition. A police officer with a heart condition. And also that he is, I couldn't make this up if I wanted to, ladies and gentlemen, a product of a broken system.
What?
Fam.
Because I was listening to it at work. I said, what?
And what's the system they're pertaining to?
The police system?
Right. Product of a broken system.
Right, because nobody told you to do that.
That
Stupid.
means the system made you.
But the same system that George Floyd was a victim because that's broken.
So you're saying you killed him because the system made you do it. It's worse than saying the devil made you do it. I try to say that as a kid. It never worked in my favor. So this guy's saying the system made me do it? Yeah, I can't.
At that point, I was like, what? These lawyers, how much are you getting paid?
Oh, man.
I said, wow. And so then the mom comes and she's just like, if you put him in jail for 30 years, by the time he gets out, me and my husband won't be here anymore.
Bye.
Oh.
God's plan.
And the fact that you just heard this man who's no longer here now, his daughter who's 7, speak, God. And you have the nerve
at your big age,
at your big 70-something-year-old age, to tell us that we should feel bad because your 40-something-year-old son's going to jail. Isn't that basically everyone who goes to jail for 30 years?
I can't.
Your parents will probably no longer be here when you get out.
Who? And you can still visit the murderer.
You can go see
call
him. You can still hear from him. That his daughter's never gonna hear
nothing.
And you just heard his daughter, his brothers, all speak on that, and you come out there and you're like, yeah, but his mom.
That's disgusting.
And then she was like, yeah, he's my favorite son. If you put him in jail, you're also putting me. Bye, then. Go get your jumpsuit. Go get your jumpsuit then.
I'm so glad I didn't see this.
It was so crazy. And then when she said you're my favorite son, I'm just like, I don't know how many other children you have, ma'am, but
you're cut off, ma. You're cut off.
Your favorite one's a murderer.
Right.
She was like, people are saying my son's racist.
That's what you're honing in on?
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. I said, so is anyone else in the world watching this? Am I tripping? What?
Yeah. And that's how these things continue, right? That mentality. So I don't think it's a stretch to say a lot of the people in the family don't believe he should go to jail and don't believe he's racist and don't believe they're racist, but probably have a even worse view of people of color because of this entire situation. Because if it wasn't for all you Black Lives Matter people, our Derek would still be home with us.
But he apparently said something. I'm gonna have to go back and double check exactly, but something about when people find out the real backstory, it'll change a lot or something. I'm like, what could be the real backstory? You killed somebody in broad daylight in front of children with your bare bottom or bare knees, bare hands, whatever.
It's like, yo, you know we can see you, right?
Right.
What else
Even when people offered to help him, you told them no. What is it that we're going to find out? And who cares what we find out?
We shouldn't even let his mother talk or him
That's
talk.
what I'm saying. Like, his lawyers really, I guess, to them, they're like, we got to put somebody up there. You know you're not going to win this. Why are you
even trying?
Why are you doing this?
It's disgusting.
Ugh, so yeah.
Yeah, peace out, man. Peace out. I ain't gonna say nothing else crazy because I had this few things. You try to start the pod because you wanted me to be crazy about being crazy before we record.
I did.
Not gonna happen because I almost said something.
Not going to happen.
Nope.
Man, we're gonna
I'm a child of God.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Holla back.
Any plans for the 4th, Darren? I know you.
We're probably running up to New York to hang out with family.
Oh, okay.
He sounds
I'm so tired.
free Darren and free Brittany, yo.
Wow.
Jen, anything?
Wow.
Take out this IUD, please.
Jenny, right?
Wow. I feel like, but Saturday we're going
Oh,
out.
Saturday. Right.
Oh, that's gonna be a smashing good time.
I'm hyped.
Oh, you're not going because you're going to New York?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Boo.
He can go next week.
Nah, I'm probably a one and doneer.
And I don't even blame you. What are you doing this weekend for the 4th?
I don't know, actually. I got some fireworks en route. So
I say you and the lady usually do something.
she loves that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
that's
to,
right.
Have to oblige her.
Me happy.
So,
So we got into the conversation of R&B singers over the weekend.
Keep sweating Bobby Brown.
Perfect.
well, you
example.
guys heard it already. It was great, wasn't it?
It was so fun.
And we were noting how there is certain like R&B singers that are really good with their ad libs.
Let's go now.
Love a good ad lib. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, who are those R&B singers that the ad libs are just like, mwah? Can you think of any?
Jen, you got one.
like a song.
Jen, you see, you don't even give yourself a chance to access
you know what?
the memory.
Again, we have to.
Here we go. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Casey and Jay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm just thinking about how, the whole, they all used to say "nay who," and I what is that? But that's everybody. Like,
They would start a song with it.
Why?
Yeah, that was Boyz II Men with Wanye. Wanye was a
Wanye
culprit.
started
Was it Nate?
He didn't start it, but he would use it a lot.
Okay,
Yeah,
Nay
Wanye. I said Wanye. Wanye is the worst damn ad libber. He the head's gonna fall off. That's why my mother doesn't like him, because she don't like him. I don't like him. He does the national anthem. It's 12 minutes long.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Outside of because right now I try to think of a spot like, but you got Trey Songz, you got his
Oh yeah, it's Trigger, and he goes yeah.
But who'd you guys land on?
So for me in my head, Case is one of the ones that.
Which one the Case got?
So Case got. And I don't know if you want to call it an ad lib. It was just him singing and expressing it. I'm missing you.
Ooh,
right?
yeah.
At the end of it, when he's like, I can't say no more. Like,
Do you know what happened with that?
no, I don't.
Fun fact.
Oh, I
So,
love fun facts.
When he recorded that song, he was sick. So he, did what he could
Keith
during
Sweat
the
had a
session.
cold when I saw him on concert,
I remember that's what made me laugh. He was
He already
stuffy,
sounds
I
congested.
and the whole time I was talking to Tisha, I'm like, he
think-
sounds really stuffy.
Sorry, guys.
And he's like, sorry, buddy. I got a little bit of a cold. I'm like, you just sound like that. Sorry, buddy.
So a Case, when he was doing the song and he told the story in an interview, when he got to the end of the song and he's like, I can't sing no more. He's like,
Oh,
no,
wow.
I'm done.
Really?
Yeah, I'm done.
The producer was like,
Keep
And
going.
we're keeping that in there.
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
he wasn't feeling well.
Case
Wow.
got some good ones in it. Carl Thomas got some good ones.
What's his
like,
name?
of course, I can't remember at the moment in time. So we were being done playing music, and it was just like you sing those ad libs, and you're like, damn, those ones stick out.
So because I was thinking more like ad libs that are known. That person is known for this particular one.
Yeah.
Who was I listening to recently? Damn. But it's not as
Chris got some good ones.
Breezy? Which ones does it be? Yeah, his ad libs will be on point. But not as much with newer R&B, and I do enjoy newer R&B, but it's not a lot with the background vocals and the ad libs over the track with newer R&B. I do enjoy it still though.
We got London on the track, bitch.
Usually the producer tag will be on it.
Yeah. That's also fun.
I like it.
Hey guys.
Hi Jen.
I told you guys I had seen an article, but I wasn't going to share it with you guys until we get to the pod.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot, yeah.
And I didn't read the article either.
Oh, yeah, you did it, Darren.
I did it on purpose because I want us all to learn the information together.
Is it time to listen and learn?
It's I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. So we were at work and we were in a meeting, and long story short, the person we were meeting with mentioned that the person who won Miss Nevada is transgender.
Okay.
So I Googled it, and yo, you guys are hilarious.
What happened?
Darren's just funny.
Oh.
So
didn't
I Googled an article about it, but I didn't read the article.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is interesting as hell. I want to learn about it with my friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is from the Reno Gazette Journal. So Reno's in Nevada for anyone who's just not good at geography. So this is a local article about the situation. Miss Nevada, and this was June 29th. So this is yesterday.
Okay.
This is not like a long time ago.
This is fresh.
Miss Nevada USA title won by transgender woman Cataluna Enriquez for first time. For the first time in the pageant's history, the title of Miss Nevada USA has been won by a transgender woman. She was crowned the winner Sunday at the South Point Hotel Casino in Las Vegas. The 27-year-old Enriquez won Miss Silver State USA pageant in March, a preliminary competition for the Miss Nevada USA pageant. I'm like nervous. The last time I was reading something, apparently something came in the basement.
You're good.
She beat 21 other candidates to represent Nevada in the Miss USA pageant that will be held on November 29th. Enriquez thanked the people who helped her, including her team and her sponsors, in a Facebook post on Monday. This is the whole caption. My community, you always in my heart. My win is our win. We just made history. Happy Pride. She also posted a photo of herself wearing a rainbow-colored gown on her Instagram account on her Pride Month, and all of those who don't get a chance to spread their colors. This is a huge win for trans visibility and sends a powerful but simple message to the world. Trans women are women. Enriquez's presence on this stage later this year will not only help to accelerate acceptance of the trans community, but also inspire so many other trans women who feel like they have not been themselves represented they have seen themselves represented in that space before. This article's a lot longer than I expected. But yeah, so that's very interesting.
Yeah, and on Pride Month too. There you go.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation on, the men transgender being able to compete with women in the same field.
But this is different for me because in the sports field, the question was, are men just
is it fair?
Naturally built? Right. Do they have an advantage?
Yes.
In this, the transgender person would have the disadvantage because the women were born women and they had to transition.
Got it. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and in those competitions, it's more about
personality.
Look at you.
Huh.
Beauty. No, Darren.
Is that about beauty?
Have you ever watched one of those?
Absolutely not.
Oh. No, it's you're answering questions. You're talking more about yourself and what you would like to see in the world and the state and improvements.
Did you explain what a pageant is? Like, out loud, I used to watch them a lot with my mom, but
yeah, when you explain it, it's like, oh, that's dumb.
That's kind of weird.
It's a job interview.
So why are you guys in bikinis and stuff?
And gowns.
No need.
Why are you parading around waving?
No need. Yeah, because
why is it even a competition? Even if it's just personality, why is that a thing?
Shouldn't be.
It's so weird.
I can't remember the country,
hurts.
but it was a Latin country, but the woman who won got on the mic and was talking about how bad the political system is in a beautiful gown. So it's like, hey, y'all don't even
just become a politician then.
Well, not even because you can still pinpoint or point out what's going on in the country, but I think they can pull out a lot of the other stuff. I don't know if it pertains the same way that it did before, when it was mostly about like how they looked, and if you had some intellect, you got the edge on the next person. It's a very strange
thing. They used
thing.
to do like a talent competition. They'd come out and like spin a baton or
juggle or something.
It's so weird.
I feel like Darren's gonna fall asleep.
What is a pageant?
No,
I know. I'm just watching
I'm
you.
here. Come on, stop watching me.
No.
Don't watch me watch
no,
TV.
Darren.
No.
I got a couple of quick hits.
Let's do it.
Per the Bleacher Report, this was last week. Supreme Court sides with NCAA athletes. The Supreme Court has sided with the NCAA athletes. They cannot prevent college athletes from getting revenue from playing a sport. So now,
that's good.
Education-related benefits like computers, graduate scholarships, internships, and whatnot, the NCAA can't prevent any of that stuff. And I think I saw UConn is going to allow players to start making money off their likeness next year. Another quick hit. I think you had the story before about the gentleman from South Carolina whose the child's mother gave birth and gave the child up for adoption.
Yes, that was John had that.
Oh, you had that. He won custody.
Yay.
Yeah, he won custody of the child.
Look at that follow-up, huh?
Come on, man. I seen it. I was like, oh, shoot. Yeah, Christopher Emmanuel's girlfriend put the newborn up, blah, blah, blah. We knew that already. But, yeah, he won custody of the child.
That's great.
So that's a good follow-up to that one. And happy for him. Sad for the family that adopted the child, but
Happy Father's Day.
Get another one.
Oh, wow. Guess what happened this week, guys?
What happened?
We were on the radio.
Oh, yeah. But you heard it. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I heard it. And our good friend Chip Doug actually called me to let me know they played it again a few hours later. And then Franchise and Big Walt played it, and they were talking about it. So
we out here, dog.
So I didn't catch all of that.
Shout out WBRU, Walt.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Franchise.
Hot
Chip, Hot and Alright.
Chip.
Boom.
Mary.
All of y'all, man. All of y'all. When y'all was listening to 95.5 WBRU as a youth, do you ever think you would be on it?
Never.
Look at Gord.
That's
Look
weird,
at Gord.
huh?
Look at Gord.
That's weird, huh? Well, he ain't like that.
Perspective.
Why
I need y'all to
do that?
understand.
Why he do that?
When y'all was
Now I'm even more
recording,
nervous.
when y'all was recording off of the radio onto your tape,
I recorded Grand Poobah 360. And
what song though?
What goes around comes back around again. I love that song because of that moment. So anywho, wow, that's crazy, Ben.
I know.
So if you missed it,
I know.
on Mondays we finally got it all worked out. We're on WBRU from 1 to 2 p.m. It's just basically gonna be little clips of Please Delete This, and then music, and then more Please Delete This, and then music. So it's like pretty much the best hour like on the planet, right?
On the Monday, yeah.
Can't beat it.
Come back from lunch.
Right when you're in the Monday blues, like, oh man, I'm still at work.
Get a little pick me up.
And also, even when we're not on, they play music 24/7, 7 days a week. Wait, no, 24/7 means 7 days a week. So I don't say that. It's redundant. So get the TuneIn app and search WBRU 360, and it'll come up, and you can hear us.
We out here.
And you can hear the Franchise Report on iHeartRadio as well.
Isn't it great when folks work together, come together,
That was nice.
use our power,
That was
right,
nice.
for good?
Yeah.
Like, because when you think about it, right, how many situations where, like, you know somebody and you want to get them a job at your place, and you're like, you got to go through the interview. I know you could do the job, but they got to,
They got to know it.
and then it's up to the employers, and they're like, we went with somebody else. In this situation, franchise and crew, they're there. They can make decisions, or if they're asked by the program director, hey, what else can we do with these slots? Hey, I know some people. Boom, that's it. Like, he's earned
and
enough.
we don't have someone over our head too, like, oh, can we do this?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he's earned enough credibility to say, hey, I got these folks.
Yep.
It's going to go
I'll
through.
vouch for 'em. Yep.
No middleman. He talked to us. We're like, all right, we'll clean something up, put it. And that's, boom. Like, it's.
Yeah, the only middleman we had was Chip, in which he was more of a link to. He knew we wanted to do it, and we didn't know the franchise was down for us to do it. So it was kind of like, oh, good, we want to do it. And then when I forgot to say something 6 months later, he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bring it up, and got the ball rolling. So yeah, shout out to everybody involved. It's really cool. It was weird listening to the radio and hearing us on it.
It's a great opportunity.
It sounds nice though.
We thank you for the support.
I like it. And speaking of Chip, he does have a show coming up July 10th.
Hey.
Leaders of the New School back on. We outside now. We outside now. So at Suite A3, that's 669 Elmwood Ave in Providence on July 10th. Leaders of the New School. You got a lot of artists. Follow Chip on Instagram if you don't already. Chip_Doug. And get outside, man. We outside this summer, man.
Shy, baby.
That's
I want to
right.
get on that Newport ferry.
You should.
They sent a text and an email or something. This Sunday they had to cancel the ferry because of mechanical problems. I'm like, damn, that would have sucked if I had tickets that day. I'd be heated.
Yeah.
The weather was perfect for ferry that day.
Yeah. What are they doing? It's just like you just ride the ferry out to Newport?
Oh, you haven't done it?
Nah, yo.
Oh man.
I'm uncultured.
Usually
Swine.
I know.
Usually it's not usually. Before it was $20 round trip, and now it's $22. So it's still very affordable. The pickup is in Providence at India Point Park.
That's the one that goes. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't even have to drive far. And well, maybe you, Darren, because you live in.
Jeez. Tell me about it.
Sorry.
You live in Belize over here. So pick your
because
car.
she says that, I'm gonna buy property in Belize. It's like so she could be right.
Or you can buy a car from Belize Toyota.
God dang. But while I was watching the doc, all I could think of with all this stuff, I'd like to visit Belize.
That's
It's a lawless land. I'm not going.
With all that, I'm going. Darren, you coming with?
Somebody can kill you.
I'm there, man.
Let's go.
Somebody can kill you. There's no
Nah,
consequence.
man, I don't have no wild dogs. And McAfee is gone, God rest. So we don't got to worry about that.
Oh, boy.
So, what is he saying?
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Belize Toyota? What?
No. Boy.
Are you
Outside.
Wow, this is bad.
This is what we're known for.
It was important.
So.
No.
Was it? Oh, shoot.
God, I hate you guys.
Sorry. Newport.
The ferry.
yes.
Yes, you
Very
asked me how does
good.
it work.
Good job, Bim.
So,
Mechanical ferries.
pick up. That was bad. We all need to go to bed. You pull up. They pick you up. It's 45 minutes straight to Newport. There's a little bar on the boat, or you can bring your own. You just sit, or you can go on the top deck where it's just open, or you can sit inside if you don't want all that wind.
So almost like the Block Island Ferry kind of?
Probably just smaller.
Okay.
I gotta go to the bathroom, so y'all talk about something.
Hey, Bim.
We was just about to go ahead.
So I came across a pretty interesting situation on Reddit, of course.
I gotta dive into Reddit deeper. No?
I mean, you can.
I get some good stuff in there, like stock stuff, crypto
Oh,
stuff.
yes, yeah.
F crypto, by the way. I'm ready to just. Anyways, go ahead, man.
So this is one of the posts from an advice subreddit that I follow.
Oh dear, Darren.
Okay, I know, but it makes me.
We gonna get you to bed. Don't worry. Man.
The dumb thing is, after we leave, I'm about awake.
Wide awoke.
It's so dumb.
It's dumb.
It's dumb. So, guy, he is 30. His girlfriend is 26. And
First mistake. Sorry, go ahead.
man. So, guy says he recently received a proposal from an old colleague to join his team at a very high-standing tech company. Pay and opportunity would be magnificent. Especially right now, he's currently feeling undervalued at his current place of work and would love to change the scenery. Girlfriend is uncomfortable with this because there's a woman working on the team that he would be joining that he had a history with.
Ooh.
Now, they hooked up a few weeks before they cut things off completely, and this was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
The girlfriend is actually friends with this woman. I don't know why or how, but doesn't trust her at all.
They are friends.
They are friends, and she doesn't trust the girl.
Dummy.
And the girlfriend basically told him she would be extremely uncomfortable for he to work on the same team as her. He doesn't want to make the girlfriend upset, but there's some trust issues. The girlfriend is not very trusting and jealous and stuff like that. She's just in other realms of stuff like that. And so, but he's now worried that he's missing out a great opportunity for better pay and better job. But he doesn't want to make his girlfriend jealous. Now, I'll speak for myself. I can kind of sympathize with this, and not in this particular way, but like you have a friend or that you've had for a while, and your girlfriend, wife, spouse, whoever may not be feeling that other person, and so you're like, man, what do I do? Do I fall back from friend because my relationship is important to me? What's the balance? What's Jen doing over there? Things of that nature. So, I was wondering what you thought.
I want your answer first, buddy.
This is not a safe space.
It's not, Jen. He doesn't recognize that.
Yeah, I do.
You don't redneckinize? Trying to supply?
So I don't know what I mean. So I feel like the smart move would be.
There's no smart move in this situation.
The smart move would be to not accept the position, to appease the girlfriend or make her feel comfortable because you got to deal with her on every day, and maybe look for another job that gives you what you want. Because not like this job is.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Is the question: do you take a job where somebody that your significant other doesn't like works at?
Pretty much.
And the significant other is friends with that person, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I don't know why that part.
But she don't trust that hoe. It's my girl, but
No.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hell
yes.
No.
No.
Yeah, there's no winning. That just sounds messy even before you even got involved.
Yeah, and for me, it's again, I don't gotta worry about this because I'm rude.
That's right.
But it depends on how serious I was about this girlfriend. If she already sounds like she don't have sense. If this is somebody that you're not comfortable with me being around, but y'all are friends, the two don't go together.
Okay.
Yeah, to me. So I'd say, hey, look, this is a great opportunity. Whatever safeguards you want to put in place, but both of our lives can be improved by me taking this position.
And also, somebody can cheat on you without working with the person they're cheating with. If they wanted to cheat with this person,
If you have sense
you don't
in your head, okay?
He clearly already knows it. It's just dumb.
So what are we doing here? And you said it was like 3 years prior when they had relations?
Yeah, and then I cut things off.
So again, to me, if I'm super serious about this relationship and you're not showing signs of having sense, me working with this person that you're friends with, if it makes you that uncomfortable, either dead the friendship for real and I won't even bother around this person. But if I don't work with them and you bring this person to my house to hang out, I'm going to fight you. It's going to be an argument. So
Because I could be making way more money. We could have a bigger house to bring them into.
Thank you. So yeah, the two don't align. Like even in my marriage, I told the wife, hey, whatever you need to do, I never want to feel like I'm stunting your growth career wise. Do what you got to do. It's your passion. It's an opportunity to make bread.
We'll figure it out.
We'll sort it out after. We'll figure it out. But if you're just because I don't like you being around because y'all had something, but that's my girl. Maybe you'll get out of my face. But that's just me.
Just like how would this make sense to me? Back to Bill Cosby, because I was thinking about this in the car on the way up here.
How did this come back?
Always comes back to Bill.
Always.
It's not a William. It's a Bill.
It's a Bill.
Even still, it's just a Bill. So, civil, you can get sued for something civilly, or you can be tried for something criminally. If you get sued for something civil, then that means you have to pay damages. If you get tried criminally, that means you have to be punished or go to prison or something.
Yep.
Cool. So there's two different types of trials. So even though you can't do double jeopardy, you can't be tried twice for the same crime, but you can go to two different trials with different types of punishment for the same crime. Okay. So same crime, two trials. One of the trials happens first. There's evidence presented. But you can't use that evidence in the other kind of trial to try for the same crime. What?
America. Loopholes upon loopholes
And
upon
why?
loopholes.
If I can be kind of like the whole OJ thing again, back to Bill Cosby. If I can be tried criminally and civilly, why isn't it just one trial and then you just give the two different sentences? You have two different judges sitting there who judge off different things. They should just be like, okay, you're going to jail and you got to pay $50,000. Like, you know what I mean? At once.
Yeah. And I think that right there, again, I'm not a lawyer. None of us are. But I think that's the difference between people who, worst case scenario, you get a public defender who doesn't know anything and you end up in jail versus somebody who has a very expensive lawyer who can head off a lot of this stuff before you even get in front of a judge.
Right.
Talk to the other lawyer, say, hey, we'll do this. He'll agree to this. Let's just, take it. Like, it's, yeah.
Like we were just talking about it today. Like, so is going to school to be a lawyer more about learning the most loopholes, or is it about learning about defending whether somebody really did or didn't do something?
And that's why I never practiced law. As a kid, they would always say, oh, lawyer, you should be a lawyer. And as a youngin', I said, oh, why not? But then, seeing criminal attorneys, God bless them, because they tell you the truth about what they actually did, and you have to try to get them off. God forbid.
Yeah.
But you're a professional liar and kind of a massager of the truth.
Yeah.
And you try to find any way to get your person off.
And how a lawyer sounds like prostitute. How do lawyers get married? Like
They do.
they a lot exactly. How do you marry that?
Yeah.
And then when they come home, it's like, I'm not really proud of you for what you did today.
Right.
You defended Donald Trump today in court. That was difficult. How much did they pay you?
Yeah. What's the film with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino? Devil's
Coming to
Advocate.
America.
What is wrong with you? What did Darren?
Just want to go to bed.
Yeah, after this, man. Anyways,
That was like an old man frustrated. Why?
the film with Keanu Reeves, Coming to America. Good answer, Steve. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, I watched Family Feud the other day, and the question was, "What's the question that men ask women that starts with what's your?" Oh God. Okay.
What's your number?
Okay.
I was gonna say like age.
Age was up there. Yeah.
Oh, age was up
What
there.
was the number one?
I think number. I think age was like 2.
Oh.
Occupation was 1.
Okay.
What your mouth do?
With that mouth?
No.
No, it was what's your.
Oh.
What's your mouth?
What's your
Good answer, sweet.
but good though.
What?
It should have been up there.
What do you mean?
What's your problem?
Ooh.
I said that's messy.
Problematic.
That is violence.
But I say that a lot.
Wow. You do.
That is
No. It's,
that is inciting violence.
what do I say? Oh no,
Like, what's your damn problem?
No, occasionally. No, it's. Are you messing with me? Are you messing with me right now? Yeah.
You're good, not me. All right.
Nope. No. No.
Sure.
If it's so erroneous, so egregious,
Not egregious.
so out of left field, are you messing with me? Are you playing with me?
Maybe in punked.
Are you doing this on purpose?
Are you joshing me?
You know what? I think I hate joshing me. I hate why. I'll usually like repeat the answer back. So this makes sure I get this.
Tomatoes on the sandwich.
Even worse, because then it's yes.
Yeah.
Then that
I'll make sure. So wait,
makes it even worse.
So you're mad because I said that?
I just told you I'm mad that you just said that.
Yeah, see, it
All right.
just made it.
Oh, okay, all right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't never listen.
See, there
I
you
usually make it worse,
go. Yeah,
and then I'll just walk away. And just, all right, well,
no.
I'm gonna go watch TV. Sorry about that.
Oof, what's your problem? That is,
Yo, because no one got that one. So when they
because
had
what man is gonna be
Just
brave
say
enough?
that.
My wife is here. My mama here.
What's
Peter.
your problem?
Yeah.
Mom and Dad beat it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, what's your problem?
How was that axe flip?
How was what?
How do you, a woman asking man? See, I feel like women could do that.
What's
Have you
your-
lost your damn mind?
What's
Yeah,
wrong
we-
with you?
Yeah, they whatever they want to say. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. You
And
guys.
we go, you nothing. What do you mean?
Yeah, you guys just let us say whatever.
I'm just tired.
I ain't do nothing. Why we sound like kids?
Because we are kids, man.
I'm fine, man.
Darren apparently tells lies when they're really unnecessary.
No, all of us do.
Oh yeah, we have determined that.
Yeah. I learned that from Ray. What up, man? Ronald in high school. He would say, if he went to the store, for example, he would just say, "Yeah, no, I went for a walk." Why not say?
Because there's a lot of this.
It's-
Sometimes here we go. We're here because sometimes a follow up to my like, I went to the store. Why did you go to the store? Well, what did you get? Like I don't. I just went for a drive. But even that sometimes is gonna lead to more. Oh,
Where'd you go?
Are you all right? Why
Everything
you,
okay?
You didn't take me for a drive. What if I wanted to go? So it's
I do the same thing to this day. Hey, how's the pod? That was cool. Then a week later, you ain't tell me you guys are gonna be on WBRU. Oh, I don't know, man.
She yelled at me one time. Not yelled, but she was like, "You don't be telling me what you guys be talking about. I want to know what you guys talking about." And I'm like,
tune in every Friday. We
we out here.
Why I'm gonna talk about what we talk about, then come talk to you about what we talk about when we put it out? You better go listen. Look at her.
Because that's just hilarious to me.
Yeah.
That right there is hilarious.
Why we gotta talk about it again? I don't want to talk about it. I just talked about it.
You could have came downstairs and listened to it live. If you want to know what we talked about.
I guess it's more like the interesting combos that we have.
But even still, then you gotta sit and remember.
Yeah, and that's the hardest
And you
part.
can't deliver it the same way because
yeah.
it's like you had to be there.
Yeah.
But you can't actually be there.
Yeah.
And we can't even think of a title, let alone
What
rehash
happened?
what we talked about.
Yo, that'd be mad funny. Like the next day, like, yo, what we talking about yesterday? I don't know. I have no idea.
It's completely gone.
I'm sorry. One of you was saying something. I just completely derailed it.
Yeah.
Oh no, we were talking about the silly broad and not wanting her dude to work somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you give answers to what you would do?
Yeah, I think I'd probably just. I don't want to work here then.
Oh wow, you just.
Wow.
But then you would be mad on the inside
Maybe.
if you really
I
wanted.
mean,
to
again, I don't think my wife would be that full of nonsense to do that, or to not be able to find a workaround to this. But, I'd probably just be like, I don't want to deal with the headache.
Yeah, and that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Peace of mind.
Michael Che put up, yo, I just realized do-rag comes from the word hairdo.
Oh, yeah, and you protect them to do.
The rag to protect the do.
I never knew that.
Me either. I had to read it 3 times to even understand.
That's interesting. Little tidbit of info.
Oh, Joy got braids.
Who?
Joy from MSNBC.
I don't know what that is. All right, so anything else?
I'm digging.
Let's get Darren in bed with the mask on.
Mask on. Mask on. Oh, I got my second COVID shot today. Did I say that out loud?
I think so. Yeah. We outside.
Oh.
It started hurting the same way, like immediately, but then it went away, and then I took Excedrin before I got sick, so that I could come and record with you guys. Cause
There you go. We appreciate your sacrifice to watch Keith sweat. And Bobby Pro.
Yeah, that's gonna be epic, guys.
No, really, I'm so hyped. I'm gonna be in house sweating.
I'm so excited.
I'm watching Keith sweat.
And I'm taking tomorrow off work because I got my vaccine.
Yeah, because of the verses. What?
Because I got my vaccine.
Versus what?
Vaccine.
It's versus.
I don't work at the time Versus comes on, so
How you know?
I would have to take off Friday, not Thursday.
You should have did that.
No, because I get the vaccine.
Oh, whatever.
All right.
Darren, anything?
No, nothing I can think of.
Listen to WBRU.
Listen to
1 o'clock on
WBRU on Monday at 1 o'clock to hear us.
Yeah.
And other stuff, and then listen to other times as well.
Yes, so you can hear them.
Great conversations they be having.
Great people. Shout out to our friends over at Salita Soap and Kingston A. Actually, Jari.
Oh yes, good job.
I just had the flyer up and I lost it. Here it is. August 7th, Saturday, August 7th is the Independence Celebration.
Yes.
Jamaican Independence. So it is a family fun event at Hope High School, 324 Hope Street in Providence. Starts at 11. Get there. There'll be, that's 11 a.m. And I think this is their 3rd year doing it.
Yeah. Obviously, last year
was the rain.
No,
COVID. But the year prior, I went. I don't think y'all went. But
I didn't.
You did? You weren't there. I ain't seen you.
I did after you. I went after you or before you.
Possibly.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Sam saw me. That's all that matters.
That's what it matters.
I was there. But good times. Good times. Family, fun, children, food.
Picnics of all ages.
Concert. There was a few performances. Yeah, so
Yes.
definitely something to check out.
Yes. Very good.
Anything else? Very happy to see you guys today, BT Dubs.
I'm very happy to see you. I'm very happy to be here.
I love my friends.
They don't make them like this
They don't.
too much.
Have a good weekend. Enjoy the 4th. Be safe.
Yeah, please be safe.
Be safe.
In Jesus' name.
Hey, man, keep all your fingers.
Yeah. Dummy.
Because Darren's hand's tired. He can't open the bottle.
I don't know how that comes together.
Because he uses fingers.
Wait, before you do that, make sure you follow us on social media
Yes.
platforms, PLSDLTHS. On Twitter, the same handle.
PTHIS. He said there at the end. If you were like, what did he say?
Yeah, that. On Facebook, please delete this. On YouTube, please delete this. Anywhere you look real, please delete this. Make sure you follow us on your favorite streaming platform, such as Spotify, Spreaker, Pandora, iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, Google Play, all the other good places you
We're
listen to
everywhere.
Except
Yes.
for title.
Except for
except for
title.
title.
Jen's talking to Hove. We're going to sort
Yeah.
that out.
And that's what it was. You said on Facebook today that me and Tisha should have a show that comes on right after Oh Darren.
Yes.
And I was like, that'd be a great
Yeah, I
block.
don't know what it would be called.
Yeah, we'd have to come up with a name. So next week we'll come in, like, TGIF-ish, Must See TV, Shondaland. We need a name for our.
Janisha. No, that's.
Well, how do you get
that's
Darren
not
in there? It's
No.
the whole block. It's the whole.
Oh,
It's the whole block of
got it,
TV.
got it.
But what day would it come on?
And also, we need.
What they do? Black people watch TV.
I will sort all of this out. We promise. At some point.
Maybe. Again, thank you for listening and rocking. You have a good yourself, a good weekend, and yeah.
Bye. Darren's going to bed.
Yeah, bye.
I got pee so bad. Oh my God.